This is Justin Scoop on SPX. We've had quite a run up with seemingly very few bear candles. And then we had one, two, three, four, five bear candles, three of which were bringing in the new year. Then we had this kind of a high wave candle for Friday. And then here we are Monday, today. We got a really nice move up. Let's zoom in on the 3 minute here. We'll see kind of what was going on. I'm going to try and draw a couple things here that I was seeing. Let me see if I can draw. Um, where's the line to draw? That's not it. There's the line. Actually, I want to do, yeah, I'll just do a line. Okay, so first we started out with kind of like that angle, and then it got a little steeper down, and then it kind of shallowed out a little bit, and shallower still. I'm going to continue this one straight because let's draw this a little better. This is really nice. So all this red is the resistance, okay? So let's switch colors and have some green come in here. All right, so we didn't quite match that red, but we're making a little bit lower lows here. And then all of a sudden, like we dropped, like you just try and connect some lines and wow, it's really dropping. And then okay, maybe we'll level out. Well, that's kind of nice. All right, kind of level out. These two kind of match. Like this red and this green kind of match. Um, and then here it's getting a little shallower. It's almost kind of like these two match. And then this gets a little shallow. Let's see, can we connect these? Okay, we can connect these. So the red is actually shallowed out a little bit more than the green. And then here we are all the way over here. And these are connecting again. And these two are kind of like paired up. Like these are kind of the same angle. And so it just slowed down. So let's see, let me draw one more red, just kind of bring it back over here. So you kind of do something, it's not the same. It doesn't really work like that. We'll leave it. All right, so I'm seeing this as like a big slide. That's kind of what my eyes see. It's just like this is a big slide down. And then we got pretty wide in here. Uh, and then one really cool thing, let me switch colors again, is we put in a really nice double bottom here. And today's candle opened up right in this space. And so all of this, let me switch to, so all of this is a nice double bottom, okay? And then right in here, we chopped around a little bit. And we actually bounced off of this neckline numerous times. And I can't zoom in right now because I've just drawn all of this on the screen. Maybe I should have drawn it on the chart. Or you can go up to a different time frame. You can kind of see some wicks, or you can see this move a little faster on a smaller time frame. This being on a 3 minute chart is just really nice to see all the ebbs and flows, all the ups and downs. But you also see a few more times where you got kind of some extra touches. So you kind of say like, okay, there are three touches here, and then this line there were kind of three touches here, and this one there was at least four, and then down here over here there was let's say three good ones, and then over here there was another three, and this was it's kind of three. This was three. This that was just two. This was two. These lows were kind of like three. I skipped this one. This was just two through here. Um, and I don't think there's numbers mean anything. It just shows like, hey, there's some different angles going on with this. Which ones kind of match up and show that it's steadied out a little bit more. Um, I would say probably see if I can draw something different. Let's get a different color. And let me get the drawing tool. I would say kind of like these kind of paired up, and then kind of like these paired up here. And anyway, all of a sudden then we came into, so I guess what I'm trying to say with this is we were making like a regular channel kind of move through here. And then it just didn't stay going as steep, which is fine. And then over here, we were coming down, come back up to that same level, came back down, didn't get all the way up, but that's where we put in some more resistance. And so this was a key area to get above. when we came back down here, and we tagged that same low and made a slightly lower low, which means it was trapping some more bears. And then it came not back right up to this point, where it opened up today, but actually opened and then held above that for a little bit. And it's showing that, okay, the bulls are strong. They've got some strength. What's next? Okay, this resistance is next. What are we going to do with this resistance? We're going to push on through that. And not only did that, we're going to retest from above. And so this old resistance is now new support. Here's the new support coming in, and it starts to go. It doesn't just go, it actually takes out that key point and then takes out this key point. Each time it's retesting. This was a really nice consolidation here. And then we just ran. It's like there was no more resistance in this entire area. And there wasn't for 3 days. Basically, there was no new resistance from this year until you got, further up in this area, which is kind of where we started to slow down, or at least kind of pulled back to a little bit more, was back with this pivot here. We've just about, or we have closed the gap from the close over here. I didn't check exactly to see if we had, but let's clear all of this. All right, say goodbye. Screenshot it, whatever we got, rewind the video. Okay, there we go. And then let's go zoom in on actually first let's zoom in on this. Okay. So we got back up into this wick, but didn't quite get back up to the closing price on this day. That's okay, close enough. Let's zoom in on just today. So you see that we had a really nice hammer to open up the day. This was the consolidation, another hammer here, another hammer here. Most of the day we were above the 10 exponential. And I was trying to figure out what was going on with certain options to see when this really started to move. And I found that there was some bigger movement happening at like the 109 time of day central. And it's like, what is going on here? And all I could see is really some of the patterns here. And there were similar patterns to earlier where you had some consolidation, you had some, a couple bear candles, and then you just broke out. Then we consolidated again. But what was so special about this? And I think it was just the fact that this was just so sideways. And so the market makers, really how the Greeks work, just had to wait to see, is this really going to be a sustained move? And this, once this got going here, it's like, yeah, this is a sustained move. This is not the only place we're going to rest. RSI came back down into mid-level, and then we started to push back up. And as we push back up, it really just continued to rally. So I'm going to zoom out here. And you got that move there. I just have the 4750 call pulled up. And this is what's so bizarre. This was so flat all through here. So you can see the cursor in the top right corner. This was so flat all through here. All of this. The option was flat. And then at 109, it just started to go up. And slowly at first, retesting, and then it had bigger moves, bigger pullbacks, bigger moves, bigger pullbacks. And you could have missed, this is what I'm telling myself in this video, could have missed all of this. Didn't have to get in, right out the gate, didn't have to get in, at the best entry. You just had to get in bullish. And an option that would actually reach that, during the day today. And it would have worked. If you got in bearish at any point, really didn't really work today. Maybe save for a little bit of this up here or something, maybe a couple of cents. But you can see that, let's just zoom in on this. So all of this is just bouncing around. This option's kind of, it's much further out of the money, little chance it's going to get there. You have a little bit of a low base here around, 20. And then it increases a little bit here around 25 and holds that 25 and then inches up a little bit more to 30 and then to 40. And then that's where it goes at 109. So this is what I'm trying to make sense of. It's like, how did we do that? How did we go sideways all day with this option? And then we just started to explode here. And these are the ones I want to time better because I think there's opportunities here. So you didn't have to be in an option in the money here, didn't have to be in something, but what made this work so well? I think it was a number of factors. I think it was you had the bear candles coming down, some consolidation here, a slowing of the of that slope down. We go back out to this kind of a view here, or was it like this? So that move down was slowing. So you had, let's draw this. It was pretty non-existent here, and then we started to drop, and then we slowed down. So this was the steepest, this was the best place for the bears. And then as we started to make some gentler lows from here to here to here to here, these became better opportunities to sell some spreads down below and give us some better opportunities to look for a break. And then what resistance and what selling do we have above that break that could slow us down? And so for where we're at now, if I could exit out of everything. Now where we're at now, what I'm somewhat anticipating is some kind of a move back down where we've got something even looks like this. We didn't really even get that here. We just kind of channeled up and continue to push higher. We've got a pivot here. We could easily come back into that price. Uh, that's if we open flat. Even if we gap down, I think then maybe there's a chance we could just do something like this where we do come back into like a range of this, to see, okay, could something chop around like we did through here and then continue back up. Um, Ideally, we'd have something bigger come down, come back into the highs, come back into some kind of a range like this, or this was an angle going downward a little bit. Could we have a much bigger sort of move back down like this and then back up? Maybe. I think the bulls are back in this. And so I could be totally wrong, but we'll see if we have some kind of big move like this, or if we need to just rest up here and look like we're gonna break and then come back down some more and chop around and then don't even give up much. But if we start doing something where we're channeling up here like this, and then it ends up just continue to push higher, then at least it had a chance to rest. So I'm looking for any of those. I may zoom out on a larger time frame to see how that's playing out. I may zoom back in, see what it's doing. But I'm going to look for some of these levels to come back into play and hope to be a little more prepared with this kind of a big move. But now that I've got these drawn on another chart with a lot of this stuff in here. So if I could draw straight, it's better. So I'm going to keep an eye on all these different levels to see, what we can interact with. Let's see if we can get some bigger interactions. But even just this is very reminiscent of all this. So we did all that. We pushed up. We continue to kind of channel higher, continue to push higher. Here we are. We're just having a little bit of a dip, maybe back into that same range. So this is all fractal, So we draw something like this. That's not even straight. Draw something. I just need to, I need to get a ruler or something I can follow along. There we go. All right. Look like that. So, if we can say we're doing something like this, then we can do some more of that and keep going. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that breaking out, but I think it's fractal. I think if we look at it maybe side by side, we can see that even what we've done, let's see. I put this on the screen. Is it this? You can see the curve here, right? Do you see it? You see that this push up here and a little bit of sideways and then a curve here and then pushed up. And we pushed up, a little bit of sideways, curve up, push higher, right? It's fractal. I see it. All right. Maybe you have to squint. But that's what I'm seeing. Don't really need to talk about the puts today. calls were roaring. You could have checked a bunch of different strikes. This is just one that I'm like, man, I would love to have been in this for really inexpensive and seen a huge gain. But you can also play other things. You can play the you can play this kind of same move, but doing it with SPY. And so if we go look at SPY, copy this one back so I don't lose track. So today's SPY, what did this do? Even cheaper, and then yeah, that refresh. Let's go and let's. So 10 cents went up to over $1.50. Let's go like 470 expired today. So you don't have the hump curving up there, but you do just have a general kind of trending higher all day and then just starts to accelerate here once it's into this no resistance zone. So we should call it a no resistance zone. So there are opportunities to buy, through here as we started to break out, as even just through here as we broke this and then came back in the 10 or pulled back in a little bit lower. There are opportunities to buy here, right around $1 and then to just hang on all day or to go out a couple days. So let's go out to Friday and let's go back to the 475 and see what was that doing. Okay. Well, this gave you the same opportunities. This went sideways for a little bit, came back, came right back into $1. Look at that. Then continued to grind higher throughout the day. So, there are lots of opportunities to play this, lots of different options. Let's map out the chart and see what's happening in the chart first, and then let's see which options would give us the opportunities we're looking for. Hope this helps. It's Justin. Thanks.